Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22 as we continue our Swiss chocolate run here. And we're making milk. Step one of getting chocolate. But we still got a bit of work ahead of us. We've got to start making a little bit of money so that we can both buy the chocolatier, and we still got to do that, but we also need to buy or build a sugar mill. And we don't have a ton of space to do that here. So what I would like to do is buy, some other plot of land somewhere to be able to put up a sugar mill for us to use. Because there's not one on the map, as far as I know. Unless I'm blind. Is there one on the map? We're going to double check again. I feel like I've checked everything, but we're going to double check. I mean, this is all the train stuff. There's the animals. There's the animal drop off. There's the loading for this train. There's the rent train button. There's the gas station. Nothing down here in the hills, right? Nope. Okay, so it's all in the city. We've got the lime station, which is cool. That's close, but I think it's more expensive to buy from there. We got the mill. That's just the standard mill that turns it into flour. There's the other train at the drop-off and the rent train button for that. There's the sawmill with the drop-offs and another lime station. Interesting. There's this drop-off for the spinnery and the supermarket. There's another gas station. There's the vehicle shop. We obviously know about that. Chocolatier. There is our butter and or basically the dairy, effectively. There's another train station where we can rent the train, and let's go to Felsbrunn, and there's the biogas plant. So literally, I've checked everything just so you guys know that I have looked all over this map. Do not see. I feel like there should be a sugar thing. I mean, if you're gonna have chocolate, you gotta have the sugar, right? But we're gonna have to build that ourselves, unfortunately. So it's fine. It is what it is. No big deal. But we'll just have to find a plot of land and, of course, the money. The sugar itself, the sugar mill is, I think it's 80,000, I want to say. Bakery, carpentry, dairy, grain mill, spinnery, sugar mill. 80,000. So 80,000. And like I said, I'm going to want a piece of land to put it on, because I don't want to put it in this little section here. 20 wouldn't be bad. How much of the land do you get of 20? You do get this big chunk over here. Actually, that's not terrible. Because I wouldn't mind keeping 20 mostly intact, because I would like to use this field for stuff. We'd have to chop some trees down, which isn't the end of the world, but it's possible we could fit it over here, kind of near this other mill stuff. I could also trim back a little bit of 20. We don't need all of 20 to work, right? So it's possible I could trim back some of 20 and still have a really nice size field. But that's what was the price of that one? 20 was $137,000. That's actually real close. What about 19? What I would do with 19 is I would probably just trim off this top, angled bit, and that could be an option as well. But I kind of like the idea of 20. Maybe clear off enough section over here to put it over on this side. I mean, I think we could actually trim back 20 quite a bit and still have plenty of room for lots of crop. And then have that mill over here somewhere. Could also do 21. Trim off some of this. It's actually a much cheaper field. What we have to drive a little ways, but it's actually not bad either. I mean, we could trim off a big chunk of 20. But honestly, I think if I'm going to go that route, I'd rather to get 20, trim off a little bit of it, and still be able to use it for what we need. 12 could be useful. We could still have a pretty long field if we just trimmed off the edges, the angled bits on each end. Still have something, maybe we could put something over here at some point if we decided to, but have it just basically right across the road from us. It wouldn't be that far for us to go each time. That's an option, because this is going to be a pretty good sized field as well. More expensive though. But so let's say a couple, we're going to need at worst like $240,000 to buy the land and the mill. So it could be a little bit less than that, but around 240. So that's our goal. We need to get enough butter and cheese production to get to 240, which is going to take a while, because at the moment our cows have only made 45 liters of milk. They're taking their time. Now, is it only the cows that are able to breed that can do milk? Like, to me, that makes sense, right? Because if you can't have babies, then you're not going to produce milk, or do they? I honestly don't know how cows work. As you can probably tell. So do cows in real life do they only start producing milk when they're at the baby making stage of their lives? It makes sense to me, but I don't know if that's 100% exactly how it works. So it's possible only these 4 cows right here are the only ones that are making milk right now. But we've got a few more cows that are not too far off. And then, of course, the rest of them will grow up old enough at some point in time. All right. Well, that's that. Let's go get one of those spraying contracts because those are going to be good for us. We will, let me see, probably borrow from the, oh, one of them went away. Never mind. We will only do one spraying contract then. I was hoping I could borrow from one and use it for the other, but not going to happen. So we'll just borrow from this one. Although we are going to use, we're going to need a sprayer for ourselves at some point. It might not be a bad idea just to go ahead and rent one. I should keep an eye on this. Hey, there's a sugar. Oh. I mean, at some point, we are going to be doing a lot of sugar. I wish we had the money. Genuinely wish we had the money because that would be really nice to have because we are absolutely going to be doing sugarcane at some point. But we're just not there yet. Oh, look at that Colossus. Oof. Nice. Oh, I can give you a little pickup. Too bad I don't need it for anything right this second. All right, so we're going to get us a sprayer of some sort. I mean, I'd like the one that just goes into the back of the trailer. Just because it's cheaper. But these are pretty heavy too. And I can get a weight on the front. And we are going to need a weight at some point. But honestly, this one that you pull behind is probably just fine. How much is this to lease? It's pretty expensive. Ooh, we can get pretty wide on that. This one's so much cheaper. I think it'll be fine. If we need the weight, we'll just get the weight, right? If it looks like it fills it up too fast and we need the weight, then we'll get that. So we'll lease this. We're almost to the point where we've got all the stuff we need, right? Like we're almost there. And then we still need we're still going to have to lease a sugar beet harvester. Oh, which sounds just not fun. But, you know, honestly, what I'm hoping for is that we see a sugar beet harvesting contract because it's cheaper to borrow from that. And we can use that to harvest our own crop and then go harvest whatever sugar beet thing they have. And then maybe even use have some of their sugar beet left over to just add to our stockpile. And then just hold on to that, I guess, until it's time to get us a sugar mill, or we could just sell it straight up, depending on what the price looks like. Oh, I guess I should actually grab this contract. We are going to not borrow items. We're just going to accept the contract as is. And it does say active, so it did not go away. Excuse me, lady. All right, fine. I'll let you walk over. I'm guessing we're going to need a wheel weight. You know what? I should just get one. Because I'm afraid that once I put the stuff in there, it's just going to flip backwards and I'm going to be stuck with this thing on the back. Does it say what size wheel weight it actually recommends? Oh, no, wheel weight. Wait. Let's see here. I mean, it does recommend the tank on the front. We're not going to need that much. I mean, if it does, okay, let's look at it this way then. If it definitely works with a 350 kilogram weight on the front, now once it's full, it's going to be empty. So figure however much it weighs to fill that thing up. This thing can hold 1,000. That's actually hold more than the back. That's crazy. Hold 1,500 liters, right? Okay, so 1,500 liters of liquid fertilizer does not show weights here. I was actually kind of expecting it to show weights. Okay, never mind. Then we won't know. I thought that was going to be smart there and figure out a weight. I was looking at the fertilizer anyway. I want to look at the herbicide. Let's go. I don't think we're going to need that much. I think like one of these small ones will be fine. We're not going to put that much on this tractor. I think 650 kilograms probably is plenty. I think I'm going to buy this. More than likely, we're going to be using this all the time. So I think it's worth just buying that at least. All right, let's go get that weight on there. At some point, we're going to get our trailer over to our stuff. I got that header there. We're not even doing straw or barley or anything like that right now. Wheat or barley is what I was trying to say. We'll get there, though. I mean, once we start harvest the sugar beets, we are not putting sugar beets back on there. At least that's not the plan currently. But it does feel like we're pretty heavy right now. Let's get some stuff to put in here. I think one is enough, right? I mean, we seem okay. I think we're a little back heavy, but I think we're mostly okay. All right, where's this contract? It's over there by our field, so that's going to be good to get over to. I'm hoping we find a sugar beet harvester or harvest contract. I think that will definitely make things a lot easier for us. Even still, though, sugar beets are not the funnest thing to harvest on a regular basis. I just feel like it's slow. I mean, maybe it's not any slower than normal harvesting. They just feel like it. We're going to be able to do this in one pass. This is a very narrow field over here. No, we're not. It's gonna take 2 passes. Guess I could have made this extra wide. Or actually, I could have made it an extra narrow because we don't need the extra wide. I mean, maybe that should have been what I did. Come to think of it, I think I took the middle option actually. Actually, it's gonna take like 3 passes. This thing's a little bit wider than it originally looked. It's a little bit deceptively wide or deceptively narrow, whichever way that goes. All right. Looks like we're good here. Let me get the worker to help us with this for right now. Mostly because it's really hard sometimes for me to see the weeds. Although this one's actually not that bad. I can see the colors of the weeds. But we'll let him do it. It's going to be easy enough. I was going to jump out to go to another spot, but we don't have anywhere to go because I have no other vehicles. What were the other contracts? So we got plowing, which, like I said, unless it was the really, really big plow, we're not going to take that. And then the cultivating and sowing, we're not going to do either of those. I mean, is there anything else for us to do right now? Maybe I just need to go do that myself, that contract. 54%. I mean, we're getting up there. It's productivity because... Okay, let's do some math real quick. Grab my phone. We're going to do a little bit of calculating here. What percentage of cows do I have that are of the baby making stage? It's like a little bit more than 10%, isn't it? So we've got, if it was 3 cows out of 30, it would be at 3% or 10%. But it's 4 cows. So 4 divided by 30 is 13%. And if we're at 54% productivity right now, that's 7%. Close to that 6%. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the number of cows that can breed, or they can have babies, whatever, times the actual health percentage, and that is actually your production percent right there. And so if we had all the cows up right now at 54%, then maybe the productivity would be quite literally at 54%. I mean, it's not exactly working out because it's technically 7%, unless it rounds it. If it's 4 cows divided by 30, rounded down is exactly 13. It's 13, 3 repeating, but if they just round it down for whatever reason with the math that they do, times 0.54, That's still 7%. So I don't know if that's working out the way I was hoping. Oh, no. I'm missing something. There's one factor that I'm missing. So it's 4 cows divided by 30 is the 13.333333. It's continuing forever. Times the 54, which comes to 7%, times the 80% from the hay, which is 0.0576. Rounded up is 0.06, so 6%. So I think that's exactly what it is. We're at 6% productivity because we've only got 4 cows that can have milk, and they're only at 54% health. Okay, well, if we get maxed out, then we'll be at basically 13% times 0.8, which will be about 11, 12% or something like that. So we're never going to be up there until we get these other cows to grow up. Thankfully, we got a decent chunk that is closer, but we are going to have to wait a whole year and a half for the rest of these. That's good information to know. And, in retrospect, maybe I should have bought just a bunch of the older ones, but we're going to get a bunch of the older ones. I don't want to say for free because we still have to feed them and take care of them until they get to that age. But we're going to get a bunch of the older ones eventually anyway. And they were really, really, really cheap to get the babies. So there's that. So I don't know. Maybe some modifications to that strategy at some point in the future, but at least now we know how it works. And again, age was not a thing in 19. There was no concept of young and old. There was just the concept of is or is not. Is a cow or is not a cow, effectively. Oh, you're not doing the end cap here, but I think we're still going to be okay once you get most of the way through this. And it is 3 wide, almost exactly, like literally to the inch. What are we at? 66%. Which makes sense because we've done 2 passes, so that sounds right. Wish we could drive over those bridges. Those bridges are... Where are you going? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Go, worker! You've been doing so well. You really have. I'll have to do this the rest of this myself, aren't I? Alright, whatever. Turn it on. Not sure why you suddenly felt the need to turn around right there. It's kind of a strange spot to run into the end of what you thought was the field. I think we could have bought a little bit more equipment potentially. It's hard to tell though. I mean, we've got a decent chunk of money. We do, but we still have a few things that we still got to get right. We haven't made any profit off anything. So until I get a good idea of kind of what the profit rate's going to be, I'm a little hesitant to do anything, right? But in theory, if we get 1,000 liters of milk, we'll check the price here in just a second. I need to do any of this stuff down here. See, you have problems with the angles just like I do. Or is it I have problems with the angles because of the workers have problems with angles, and that is the reason why I have problems? That might actually be it. All right, we'll just get a little bit of this edge over here. I have plenty of spray left over, though. There we go. Contract is finished. I mean, that right there will pay for our loan for today. Pretty much. I mean, it won't pay for the leases for all the equipment, but that's going to be half of our troubles, along with the other things that we've picked up already. So we're in a good spot. We're making money. We're doing good. Now, we're running out of contracts. Obviously, there's not going to be the same types of contracts and same quantity of contracts every month because we're playing seasons, different cycles of different month. You're not going to be able to spray every month, and you're not going to be able to harvest every month. So we've got to do the contracts we can while they're there, because next month we might not have any, so But we know for sure we're going to be able to harvest. Well, I say for sure. Pretty confident we'll be able to harvest both our fields in next month. So that's the start of things. All right, I'll get you set up in here. And honestly, that may be it. We might be ready to fast forward. Is there anything else we need to do? I mean, let's check the status of our fields again. We'll check the contracts real quick, actually, before I do that. Nope, nothing there but we want. And then the status of our fields. I mean, you still need plowing, but we can't do that right now. No, I think we're ready to fast forward. And again, hopefully we can do stuff next month. So let's pay off as much of this loan as we can. I think that'll be enough left over to do whatever. I think if we go knock it up, it's not that big of a deal. But hopefully that reduced the interest. And let's sleep till tomorrow. And then we can see what we're going to be doing with the crops. Presumably they're both ready. Yeah, leasing costs is huge right now. I mean, the loan interest we took care of. Leasing costs is a lot. We got to get to the point where we can buy some of this equipment. Just not there yet. All right. Hey, I met a roller. Okay. A cultivator. Nice tractor. Oh. That is a beefy tractor. Oh, that's such a beefy. We don't need this. I would love to get this. I'm very tempted to just sell the tractor we got and get that. But that tractor, I think, for one, I think that might even be too big to go into the entrance for the cows, potentially. I don't know. It's a big baby tractor. How much could we sell this thing for? Can we see? 64,000. So for 30,000 more, we could get us a behemoth of a tractor. Would be nice. Double the horsepower. Could go even higher. Oh, it's such a nice tractor. Search between the EU and US. US has a little thing on the back. EU has just different light setups and slightly wider flares over the tires. Huh. I mean, we're in the EU, so we might as well do that. And we could even add, oh, you can even add an engine to this used tractor, huh? Interesting. We can go, oh, this thing's a behemoth of a tractor. Can we get, oh, we can get narrows too. I'm very tempted. How often are we going to have the option to get a tractor like this, you know? Is it worth 30,000 bucks to us? Just sell this one and get that one. This one's plenty big enough though. I think we've got to resist the temptation for right now. I think if we could get a second tractor, if we had enough money for a second tractor, 100%, get that, whatever. And at some point I would like to get a second tractor. We're not there yet. So we're going to have to be patient. Even though I don't want to be. Because that's a cool tractor for that price. All right. Are we ready to harvest? Oh, it is. Say it's ready. That doesn't look like it's tall enough to grow. Oh, wait a minute. Does grass still have multiple stages of growth, of harvesting growth? No. See, in 19, there was a concept of different colors of the harvest. And I want to say, and I could be wrong, I want to say the grass, you sometimes would want to wait longer because it would be taller, so you technically get more. But there's only, or is it one, maybe it was like, I think it was either 2 stages or 3 stages of like that of harvest. There's different shades of color. There's only one shade of color here for this. And I don't remember when we did that grass up there. It looks too short to me. Like, am I wrong that this just looks shorter than it should be? I'm going to have to look this up because it is going to bother me until I figure it out. You know what? Let me just grab my phone. Farming Simulator. I don't mind learning some things, but this is one of those things that how would we learn this on our own without trial and error, right? We'd have to, basically what we would do to learn it on our own is mow part of it today, fast forward a month, mow part of it tomorrow, and then like kind of see what that looks like. But I don't know if I want to do that. Grass, growth maybe. The grass grows by every 2 months by default. Obviously, if you want hay, use a tedder, which we haven't gotten that yet because we haven't decided what we're going to do with that yet. To increase the grass harvest, you can fertilize it, which we've done. You can also use grass rollers that count for fertilizing. Okay. Try not to mow the grass out of season. Okay, try not to mow the grass out of season. For example, in winter, it can mix with the snow and disappear. However, you can collect it in winter. Okay. Interesting. It doesn't say anything about any reason not to do it. Oh, here's one thing that we can do, and I have done this before. You can mow the grass and then just leave it and not harvest it yet, and then mow the grass again after it grows a couple months. And after 2 or 3 cycles of that, you just have a huge pile of grass that you can just collect all at once, and it saves you a little bit of time on and efficiency on the actual collection at that point, which we might do. If we're going to keep this as grass, that might be exactly what we do is we mow this, let the grass sit there, then we come back and we let it grow a little bit and go from there. So so we're ready to remove the foliage and presumably harvest our sugar beets. Do we have any contracts for sugar beets? We're looking for harvest. No. A whole bunch of fertilizing, though. We're going to be able to make some good bank there. That's going to pay for another month's worth of leases and stuff. That's really, really, really helpful. In fact, we're going to borrow some of the items as well, again, just so we can get, 2 of them going at once. So we're going to borrow items from, they're all the same? Yep, they're all the same again. Borrow items from the smallest one. We'll accept the biggest one for sure, so it doesn't just disappear on us. And we'll accept the next biggest one. What? But these weren't there last month, so that can't be the reason why it's bugged. And we got 2 of them, but you can see they all disappeared. And it can't be because they were there last month and I fast forward and then they went away. Like, whatever's going on with it, a little bit annoying, to be fair, but that's all right. Still having fun. I'm still having fun. I'm telling you that, and you're gonna believe me. Just kidding. Let's grab this. We fit through here. We can. Let's grab our thingamajigger. I'm probably just gonna grab more fertilizer here because, yeah, I think that'll be fine. We'll just buy a little bit more fertilizer. I went to the wrong spot. Big bag of solid fertilizer. We'll buy 1 big bag. I think that'll be enough, actually. It might not be, but if we need more, we'll get some more later. Not too worried about it. These aren't going to be huge fields, I don't think. Oh, I thought we could make that quarter. There we go. All right, we need to go do the bigger of the 2 first, which is 12, which is actually right over there by us, so that's easy to get to. Wrong button. We're just going to have you come over here. Set the destination right there. Go, go, go. All right, and then you over here are going to, I guess, start mowing at this point. Let's drop off our wheel weight. Or not wheel weight, our weight. I mean, I could change up your tires. And maybe I should, since we're done with that kind of stuff, but it's going to be all right. Are you really blocked by an object? Oh, you're fine now. Your pathing is really weird, my friend. You're having some issues. All right, let's go over here. Drop you off just right here, I guess. Straw guy out of the way. pull you out here for now. And, oh, that's not the mower. Mower's in this one. Whoops. Helps if I pay attention. I mean, I guess we could go the other fertilizing right now, but not going to matter. We're going to fill you up real quick while I'm over here. Just going to leave all my equipment laying around. All right, I think we might do exactly what I just mentioned a second ago, though. We're going to probably mow and then let it sit, mow again, and then kind of do something with it from there. Probably going to... Careful, careful, careful. Probably going to make silage. Since we have hay, probably go ahead and make the silage so that we have that ready to go. So that once we get some straw, we can... Well, we don't have hay right now, actually, come to think of it. So we may need to do like half this field in hay and the other half in... Let's see, are we getting a good amount coming out? I mean, it's a decent amount. It's not a ton. That's, I mean, it might be all right. It is a pretty small mower, to be fair. All right, let's get you set up over here. All right, well, we're going to put a cut in there. When we come back, we'll finish up some of the mowing stuff, figure out what we're going to do with that field, whether we're going to let it sit or we're going to do something with it now and go from there. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.